Empower Youth Week Masterclass. Be inspired, be connected, be transformed.
Welcome to Careers in Tech. My name is Mpume Ncube Daka. I have my own story that I can tell around how I ended up in the tech space. But let's take a step back. So I am from KwaZulu-Natal, born and bred, and my career started off in the commercial field. So I've acquired a number of degrees, MBA being one of them. I went to the University of Natal and I still want to call it University of Natal, even if I know now it's called the University of KwaZulu-Natal. I have spent nearly 30 years in corporate. Don't ask me how old I am. That's a different story. But I think the reality is I've got a story of having started off in the rurals of KwaZulu-Natal, but have ended up in some big corporates and have worked for some of the multinationals like Ericsson. I've worked for MTN. And my latest role as an executive in product and innovation was with Multichoice. So my space within telecoms has looked at what are the technologies that we can bring that can help all the masses and can help all the people out there. And that's what I'm quite passionate about within the technical field. I have also left corporate a number of times and have been able to start some companies, have spent time within marketing. I've started my career in finance, moved into marketing as well as into business strategy and product management. The things that I'm quite passionate about, I'm passionate about education, personal development, women empowerment, and I want to say women empowerment in purpose, because I think we need to be intentional about some of the things that we do, as well as corporate governance. I am a founder and a CEO now of About Change Conversations, which is a coaching and a training business. I am also, I've been a member trustee for the Multichoice Retirement Fund, as well as the chairperson of the Public and Proper Investment Startup, and a non-executive director for TKNR3, which is a tech solutions business. So today, we are going to be looking at the world of work and what does that mean at this day and age. So the reality is that the world of work has changed and the pandemic has accelerated that. So back in the day, out of the military in the US, there was the word that got coined, which is called VUCAD. It was called the VUCAD world. And now I think it's called the de-VUCAD word. And what does that mean? That means the world of work has had some disruption. There's volatility, there's uncertainty, there's complexity, ambiguity, and diversity. So this raises a question that says, what skills are needed for us to align to the realities of the workplace? Now that we've got this world that has been disrupted, that is volatile, that is uncertain, that is complex and ambiguous to maneuver. And so you need to be clear, what skills do we need to bring in and what does leadership actually need to do? So as we're saying that the world is really unpredictable, change is the only constant in today's business environment. So what does this mean? It means there are technical skills that we need to bring into the workspace, as well as soft skills that we need to bring to the workplace. So for today, we're going to focus on the careers in tech and mainly focusing within the ICT space, which is the information, communication, and technology space. And what does this mean? It means we're referring to the technology that is used for regular and everyday tasks. And this talks to telephony, it talks to radio, it talks to television and computers. At the core of the changes, there's digital and virtual offerings that are out there, which means that people need to be skilled in supporting these areas. And these skills at this point in time are in a great demand. So growth and adoption of these new technologies like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, digital collaboration, all these are the words that are being bandied around within the workspace at the moment. So if you want to get into this ICT environment, what are the subjects that you need to think about? So when you get to grade 10, this is when you are allowed to choose your subjects. So if you want to get into the tech space, you really need to think about what is called the STEM subjects. And this talks to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I hope some of you will do better than I did, because my mathematics was shocking. But anyway, I did survive it. I ended up doing mathematics in higher grade, but don't ask me what I got at the end, but I passed. So either way, you need to have your mathematics, and this talks to pure mathematics, not literacy. And then at the university space, what degrees do you need to look at? You need to look at engineering degrees, like computer engineering, electrical or electronics engineering, data engineering, or computer science degrees. You also just need to take the time and do some research, depending on what it is that you really want to explore. And because different universities offer different degrees and offer different subjects. There's also some different certifications that you also need to consider. And these certifications talk to the different computer languages that are being used in the workspace. And some of these are like JavaScript, Python, and all the other languages that might be proprietary to the different languages that you might be dealing with. So let's get into the different careers that are out there. So as a start, one of the careers that is really everybody is looking for, I think at this point in time, and has been highly accelerated by the pandemic, is in the data space. So you get data scientists, you get data engineers, and you also get data analysts. So the reality is that a lot of data is collected in the computer space, and it's used on the daily basis by businesses and organizations. But the question becomes, so you've collected the data, then what? So with these data opportunities, you can work probably in every sector and industry. So it could be from IT to entertainment, it could be manufacturing to healthcare. So there's a variety of work that is out there within the data space. So these data careers, what do they do? So they help compile, process, analyze, and present data for an organization in order to make informed decisions. So just having data on its own doesn't help. Data needs to be sorted, it needs to be arranged, it needs to be presented in a way that makes sense for the executive that needs to make a decision. It needs to tell a story. And these careers then help with that environment. So what's the difference? Data engineers build, test, and maintain data ecosystems. And data scientists in particular, they do analyzing of the data in order to build prediction and algorithms. And data analysts create ad hoc and regular reports based on past and current data in order to find answers in business questions. So data engineers build, test, and maintain data ecosystems. The next one that I want us to look at is cloud engineers. Everybody speaks about the cloud, and it's the latest way of platform of storing data so that data can be easily accessible anyway. And what do these people do? So cloud engineers, in different spaces, they are titled differently, but here I've just pulled them all together. So this might include solution architects, cloud developers, and SysOps engineers. What do these people do? Their overall responsibility is to design, plan, monitor, manage, and support an organization's cloud system. So the other career that you really want to consider, and I think these careers for me are very exciting, and it's new things that is happening out there. It's all about what is going to be happening in the future. Let's talk about machine learning engineers. So machine learning engineers use big data to create complex algorithms to ultimately program a machine in order to perform and carry out tasks like a human. Isn't that just exciting? So here you talk about self-driving cars, digital voice assistants. All these things are the things that are already in the marketplace. But I think with time, they're going to grow and get bigger and bigger. So what else do these people do? Economic forecasting, image recognition, and natural language processes gets implemented as part of machine learning, mainly to improve, to help the machine learn and improve without human interference. So ideally, a background in artificial intelligence and computer science is very core to be able to do this work. Understanding of data visualization, natural language technology, and computational intelligence in order to analyze problems and create meaningful solutions. That for me just sounds very interesting. And I've seen these things come to life. So another career to look at, which is also very exciting. I have a son who spends hours and hours watching YouTube videos on this, and I can just see him doing this career. So robotics engineers. So these are the people that analyze, re-evaluate, configure, test, and maintain the prototypes of robotic components, integrated softwares, and machines. So we're all hearing how the world is changing. We hear the scary stories about how robots might just take over the world, which I don't think is really that. But there are a lot of industries where robotics is actually big, mainly within the manufacturing space. So this is a very highly technical job, which requires patience and rational thinking. And basically, a master's in robotics or computer science will really set you up with very good skills and knowledge and experience to be able to be in this field. We also have UX designers, and UX stands for user experience designers. So these are the people that are behind the scenes. They make sure they design software, websites, app, and literally taking into account consumer habits, behaviors, and needs. And they have to make sure that the customer journey and experience is simple and easy for anybody to use. So when you think about it, some of the apps that we're using, you don't want to try and figure out what is going on. You actually just want it to be intuitive, and you want it to be easy to be able to do, whether you're buying or whatever that you're doing online. So these are the people that make sure that they can deliver a very efficient, customer-friendly user interface. As well here, computer science is the minimum requirement. We also have what we call Internet of Things. And within Internet of Things, there are developers as well as specialists. So I used to work for Ericsson, and back in the day, Ericsson predicted that there will be 50 billion connected devices out there in 2020. I'm not sure what the number is right now, whether that number was met or not. Because now, when you think about it, it's 2021. When that number was being thrown around, that must have been 5 years or 10 years ago. And these people, so Internet of Things, these are professionals who develop, manage, and monitor Internet of Things devices and systems by combining 3 components to this. This is the data, the technology, as well as they do a lot of research around it. So these professionals ensure that these devices operate properly and securely. So think about it. There's a talk around connected homes, around connected cars, and this uses the Internet of Things. So this area takes into account different disciplines like security, networking, systems engineering, cloud programming, hardware device programming, and a deep understanding of sensors and wireless communication. I just remember one of the videos that I've seen where the Internet of Things come to life. And this talks to when this person is at work and they're about to get out of work, and they are able to program their home to indicate that they are on their way home. And what happens is the kettle starts boiling to prepare for them to get home. In the fridge, it is clear what is happening there, so they could be able to start deciding what they're going to have for dinner. And the lights go on when they're not there, and they can switch them on when they're not near. So there's a lot of things, and it's all about these connected devices that talks to each other. How about your fridge telling you that you've run out of milk when you're at work? These are all the things that talk to that. So it's a very exciting space to be at. So computer science or electrical engineering, as well as other languages like JavaScript and Python, will be very handy for you to be able to do this work. Last but not least, we look at what we call journey architects. These are journey solution architects who are responsible for the overall design of the application. These are the people that will gather business requirements, translate this into an architect for the solution. So this will describe what this app is supposed to be doing, and they will do all the flows that talk to that. They will align the customer journey experience. They will define what the integration points are and what the expected functionality is. This person ideally will be a technical lead for planning, analysis, development, testing, and transitioning. From the start of when we are thinking about this app to when the app go live. The qualifications that you need here: application development to web servers, app servers, databases, and various operating systems. If you've got agile methodology, that also will come handy because that helps with how you run the projects that talk to customer journey architects. And a degree basically in computer science will be very useful. I hope you've all have taken something out of this, and I would love to see which of these careers is really exciting for you. And the only thing you can do is to plan, make sure that you've got those science subjects handy, take the time to understand that mathematics that gave some of us gray hairs. But we all have different passions. We all have different things that we enjoy. And if you're definitely good at the STEM subjects, I will recommend that you look at some of these careers. And as I hear, they are in demand and they pay quite a lot of money. And who doesn't want to be paid a lot of money? I wish you all the best and have a successful career and have fun when you're at university, but make sure that you still study.
For more informative videos, visit www.empoweryouth.co.za.